Hi, it's me again, and one of my favourite hobbies at the moment is going through the Freedom of Information requests on that whatdotheyknow.com. I love going through them, they do cheer me up. Some of the things are so ridiculous they find out on it. And one of the best places to look at the BBC ones, obviously, that's where I get my biggest laughs from. And I found this one, I thought we could talk about it today, because it just shows yet another waste of money from the BBC. Let's take a look at it, shall we? So the actual request says, Dear British Broadcasting Corporation, I have read recently in various non-BBC news outlets of the BBC's use of social distancing proximity tags. Apparently these devices can be placed in a pocket or worn on a belt and buzz to alert the wearer if they come within 2 metres of other people wearing the same device. So, under the Freedom of Information Act 2000, please provide me with the following information. 1. The provider of the proximity devices. 2. The number of devices delivered to the BBC. 3. Whether they are rented, leased or owned outright by the BBC. 4. If leased or rented, the average monthly cost. And 5. The monthly operating cost for each tag. Again from Mr. A. Wilmore. Has loads on the BBC. He's good, Mr. A. Wilmore. He puts some good ones through. So the proximity tags are obviously to do with a current health crisis going around the world. And this was a thing. And it never really took off. My office never did anything like that because the words from my office were, if you don't know what 2 metres is, you're too thick to work it. You don't need a tag that buzzes to tell you you're within 2 metres of another human being. You can work that one out for yourself, can't you? So it seems like a massive waste of money to me. It just does. It's just another massive waste of money. But let's see what the BBC said in their reply. So, dear Mr. Wilmore, thank you for your request to the BBC as of the 3rd of February 2021, seeking the following information. Okay. So the provider of the proximity devices to the BBC is Tended. Don't know who that is. Let's have a quick look. So that's what they look like, is it? And you just put that on your belt or in your pocket or something. Here we go. Close contact between wearers is recorded and displayed on your company dashboard. So it means the companies can track each individual employee and who they talk to and how long they were with them for. God, I'm glad we don't have that in my office. Half the time I sit in my mate's office around the corner and we're having a chat. They'd soon find me out for that, wouldn't they? Anyway, back to the Freedom of Information request. Where are we? The number of devices delivered to the BBC. Here we go. Right, the BBC has purchased 2,250 devices for use across BBC sites where staff need to enter buildings as their roles are service critical. There are 2,250 of them things. It doesn't say here how much they cost, I guess, does it? No, I couldn't find anything about how much each one costs, but I would imagine a few quid. It's got to be a couple of hundred each, isn't it? 2,250 of them. That's a lot of money. A lot of money for something that's completely unnecessary. Okay, so number 3, whether they are rented or leased, if leased or rented, and the monthly ongoing cost. Okay. These devices have been purchased outright by the BBC. We consider further cost information to be exempt from disclosure. Okay, why is that then? I don't think it's exempt. You're spending the licence fee payers' money on something. They need to know where that money's been spent. You can't just pick and choose what you tell us. The BBC is required by Section 2.2 of the Act to consider the public interest factors both for and against disclosing information. Right, so come on then, what are your factors being for and against disclosing the information of this cost? Factors in favour that there is transparency in the accountability in the BBC for public funds. Bloody right, that's the only thing that matters. That the BBC is using public money effectively. Yes, it's the only thing that matters. Factors for withholding disclosure of this information. Damage to the BBC's business reputation or confidence of customers. Weaken the BBC's bargaining position with goods and suppliers. Harm the ability of the BBC or a third party to obtain goods or services in the future. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I bet if I Google a bit more, I can find out how much those Tended hub things cost. I bet I could. So that's why the BBC's claiming they can't tell, because it might damage Tended's business. But putting your prices out in the public, it's not going to hurt your business, is it? BBC don't want to tell you because they don't want you to know how much of your money they've spunked up the wall on over 2,000 of these useless devices that are not required at all to work in an office. One thing that always makes me laugh as well about these Freedom of Information requests is that They ask you to include this at the end, and I don't normally, because Sodom, I don't care. I will this time, just for fun. If you plan to publish or broadcast a story using the information provided in this response, please include the following statement from the BBC. So, a BBC spokesperson said, "These devices help maintain social distancing so that staff who need to come into a BBC building can stay safe as they keep our services running through the pandemic." I fail to see the need for these. I absolutely fail to see the need for them. As my employer said, if you don't know what 2 metres is, you're too thick to work here. You know, it's not hard to stay away from people if you need to. Whether you agree with that or not is immaterial to this story. They've bought these things to keep people, 2 metres apart or 1.5 metres apart, whatever they're set to. But it's not about that, is it? It's about tracking staff on a bloody time and motion study so they can see what they're doing constantly and where they are constantly. And I don't like that. I don't like that. It's a waste of money and it's spying on your staff and it's completely and utterly unnecessary, isn't it? So what do you think about this? Do you think, like me, it's a massive waste of money and the BBC should be doing better with the money that you people out there pay it? Because I don't pay it and I don't intend to start paying it either. Let me know what you think in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe button, all the YouTube buttons that are down there. Press them all, just not the dislike one really. Don't press that, it's a bad button. So you go and do that and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.